purchase. Should I do the rest of purchase or pass?
Yeah.
I know. When I see anybody under the age of 10 in first class, I just
it's like, make room, bitch.
I'm not giving us too much credit, but I think she was coming for us.
Yeah.
Like, I was like...
Doesn't look like pillow talk.
Oh, with the pillow talk.
I'm done.
Stay poor.
I'm fucking out of here. Oh my God, this is so weird to see in person.
Yeah, I can't believe you've never seen me dressed as her.
Oh my God.
So for those listening on the audio version, I'm dressed as Barbara because I had to film a comedy skit with Barbara and we didn't have time to change. So this is what you're getting.
It's something to see in person. I mean, it is.
And I did beef up her makeup. Normally she looks like,
of course.
Oh yeah.
She has that smoky gray blue shadow in her crease that's unblended. Yeah.
I've used the same makeup on her for 2 years. It's expired, but yeah. The blush looks disgusting.
It's the same blush.
Cream
we
blush.
Talked about it's the same.
There's
Milani
like fuzzies
blush.
in it.
But that's.
I can't change the color.
But it's part of the character because that
yes.
Barbara would have makeup that's 3 years expired, and she'd be like, "Oh,
disgusting."
Yes.
She'd
be
and
like,
it's something about
money's
that.
Worth.
Yes, that cream formula is so pigmented and like crazy.
They don't make it anymore?
I like that it looks wet. So
yeah.
I don't know if they make it anymore. I think they do. It's Milani.
Oh
but yeah.
my God.
So
love that.
Hi. Welcome back to another episode of Beautiful and Bothered. How you been?
Oh my God, good. I have missed you. It's been a minute.
We didn't record last. Oh, I was gone all last week.
Yes, you were gone. So we need to.
It feels so weird when we don't do a episode.
I know. You said it too. That it's like your social interaction. Like I'll do things.
Where's my friends?
Oh no, I have no
friends. Well, speaking of which, anyway, this
God.
last week. Yeah. So I was gone all last week. So I know I hate when we don't record.
Yeah, I yearn for it.
I know. Lonely.
Why am I so lonely?
Yeah, so I went away last week. I was on 4 planes in 8 days. Another plane. Another bus. Club. Yeah. I went to LA to record a podcast with a friend who's launching one. And then I had like 2 days off. It was very inspired by Trixie because I was like, listen, I'm going out there. This is so last minute, but I was like, let me text Allie Glines and see if I can make it happen because I know she's right in Utah. So it was like an 1.5-hour flight from LAX.
You booked another flight just to go to Utah?
I booked every one of these flights and hotels, I think Saturday morning, and I left Sunday. Because I was waiting to hear from the podcast person whether I had to go out for Sunday. So I was like, listen, if Trixie Mattel can do it and is that whatever, I'm like,
if she could do like a full Pride thing and then go DJ at 2 a.m, yeah.
I just saw a video of her doing like dancing at like 2 a.m. on, I think it might have been the Solid Picnic or something. No, I don't know if it was that, but whatever. It was the same outfit. It was the night I saw the Queens Would Like to Watch. So she did that from probably...
and then went to go DJ that night.
Yeah, like 7 to 11 and then all night. I know, it's insane.
I saw that too. I was like, good for you, girl.
Yeah.
Like that.
So I was like, let me book it. Let me make it happen.
Yeah.
And I wanted to collaborate with Allie on the beauty channel while her episode came out. So it was like synergy.
That? Seeing her
She's incredible. It was wild. It's like weird to see someone you've seen online for so long. Isn't it weird when you see them because you're like, oh, you're 3-dimensional? You're so used to seeing them in 2D. Like, I know. I'm like, it's weird. You have to, your eyes have to like adjust to the fact that they're 3D.
Oh, 100%.
Like the new Rugrats animation.
Well, and I know, and I'll say too, because there was a time where it's like, even coming back to see you after so long, it's like, I see you on my phone all the time.
Weird.
So it was like coming back to see you. It's like, I saw you so much online, but it's like, we weren't hanging out as much. And then I came back and I was like, oh yeah, you're like a real person now.
Yeah. That's funny. I didn't even think of that.
No, it was weird. Like
it's very,
I saw you every day, but I didn't see you in a capacity where I'm like, oh, I'm not talking to you.
Yes.
So it was just weird always seeing pictures and videos of you, but I like wasn't looking at you in person coming to see you. I was like, oh yeah.
And that's how it was. It was like weird to get adjusted to it, but oh my God, we had so much fun together. Obviously, after this, watch the beauty collab on our channel. I did a video on my channel, and then we have the podcast.
I want to get the little tiny lint roller for the Under Eyes for Glitter.
How funny was that?
That's genius.
I know. Like literally, because I'm surprised. Yeah, and that's got to be like a draggy.
But you said like pulling one off full size is not easy. Like, how
could you imagine that?
No, with tweezers, like,
absolutely
and ripping
not.
out the whole roll, and you're like,
100%. So we had so much fun together. It was so fun to film. Did that in LA. Went to Utah. So LA Sunday, Utah, flew out Tuesday morning, drove to Allie's, filmed got to the hotel at midnight because we went out to dinner after, and then had to wake up at like 9 a.m., drive 2 hours back to the airport, got on the plane, and then flew to Anaheim for VidCon Wednesday afternoon. So, and then I was in VidCon from Wednesday until Sunday morning.
And I was on a panel for YouTube.
Okay. So it was like basically YouTube shopping, like announcing the affiliate program and everything that you can tag products on YouTube. Yeah, it was okay. So let me start by saying this. Johnny Ross LLC would like to formally thank YouTube for inviting me and flying me to Anaheim for VidCon. It was a pleasure. Everyone on the YouTube team. VidCon itself, was it worth missing my Alanis Morissette concert for? No. I missed my Alanis Morissette concert.
That's right.
And I looked
there
up
was
videos.
A lot going on. You missed Solid Pink
I know.
Disco.
I missed a wedding, of a distant, family member, etc. I couldn't go to that either. Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah.
So what?
And I'm like the Alanis Morissette. It was what I was most sad about.
Yeah, So wait, but like, what is VidCon all about? Like, does it have like meet and greet qualities? Like, I feel like we talked. I don't understand.
So to be honest with you, I don't. To be honest with you, Diane, I don't really.
Were you silent or silent?
Yeah. I don't really know. Like, it's like, I guess, like, there was meet and greet days and stuff, but, like, so there was, like, a drop shop thing through YouTube that basically you could, like, go in this area and, like, the way you can on YouTube, like, buy things through someone tagging it, you basically, like Trixie had a little booth and then whatever, so you scanned a QR code.
Trixie was there?
No.
Oh.
Because she was DJing.
Because I was like, wait, wasn't she? I was like, she really does not fuck around.
I know. So you scanned a QR code and like the short popped up that you could like purchase whatever you scanned through. So it was kind of like exposing people to like that or whatever. And then there was like a bunch of other booths that I didn't like recognize even like there was, I don't know, there was like a CapCut booth, you know what I mean? That's like the video editing app that's really popular now. Stuff like social media related, but like, and then I guess I saw people waiting in line to meet people, but like I didn't know who they were. But the thing about VidCon, I feel like it's too general. Like it's everybody from like teachers to beauty people to gamers to this. So it's like
it's not like a niche.
It's not like DragCon where you're going to meet drag
and there was
queens.
like BeautyCon.
BeautyCon, exactly.
Yeah, like if it's like BeautyCon, it's like you could see like beauty YouTubers, anybody like that. Like, so yeah, is there like imagine if there was like a TikTok con and it's like how to not get arrested.
So it was like weird. Yeah, like VidCon itself. I'm gonna be honest with you. I finished the panel. My panel was the first day, Thursday from.
Did you go to the other days?
11:30 to 12:30. I went back to the hotel the minute the panel was over. Like, I went to the drop shop because the YouTube team wanted to show me and another creator there who was on the panel with me. And I was like, okay, like, I've seen this. It was pretty small. And then I was like, I'm going to, like, go home. And I didn't know. I knew people there, but, like, it's annoying every 5 seconds to, like, text them, be like, oh, what are you doing? Whatever. So I just went back to my hotel and ate pizza in bed and watched like TV. Yeah.
In-N-Out Burger, like catch
you
me
better
there.
Believe it. Yeah. So
out of here.
Side note: In-N-Out Burger doesn't.
Never had it.
It's phenomenal. It maybe it's like West Coast people might not feel this way, but East Coast people, since we don't have it, when
Shake Shack.
Oh, I like it better. It's like it's what Sonic wishes it was.
Oh,
minus like the crimes, like because when you go to Sonic, tell me. Do you know how many times I've been to Sonic and shady shit has happened? I told you the story. Yes, I told you the story.
With the milkshake?
The other one, when Casey and I had COVID for a month, and the first thing
you wanted was
food because we couldn't taste. And we went to Shake. We were like, okay, because we don't want. It was too late. We were like, we don't want fast food, but like Sonic is like a little bit between diner and fast food. So we go to this Sonic that is notorious by me for being like the Wild West. Oh. So we pull up to the Sonic and the woman, she comes over the microphone and she's like, yes, and she's like panicked. She's like, we're only taking cash. And I'm like, that's the first thing I'd ever met. And we're like, okay, thank God I had a 20 in cash.
I would have been like,
so I'm like,
no problem.
Okay, like, we have cash. And she's like, hold on a minute. And we're like, okay. Wait another, like, 5 minutes.
Did you ever order?
No, we were at the thing to order. Didn't order a thing.
Didn't order a thing yet. Okay,
and then she comes over the thing, the most iconic saying I've ever heard, and goes, you know what? We're shutting down for a little bit. We're overwhelmed. And we were like, okay. And we're like, of course this is happening to us.
The first time
we want food. We can taste in 30 days. So, yes, it's like what Sonic wishes it was. It's like between diner and fast food. But so In-N-Out, amazing. They don't deliver on like Uber Eats and DoorDash. Maybe because of it's a freshness thing. I think it's a freshness thing, which I give them. I mean, it's annoying.
I'll give them credit, but that's a little whack.
And when I was Googling it, because I was like, I don't want to Uber 2 minutes or whatever, because I'm not walking through LA. It was like a shady area. I'm like, I'm not walking to this thing, even though it was probably a 5-minute walk. I'm like, I'm not walking. It was like 9 o'clock at night. Let me Google, like, why isn't it on any things? And I pulled up an article from 2015 that when DoorDash launched, they delivered, like, I guess they delivered anything was their model back in the day. And In-N-Out sued them for delivering their food without their permission because they don't want their stuff delivered by anybody. So I was like, wow, you're really committing to this. So that was a little annoying.
That's kind of crazy.
I know, because now you got to Uber to and from, like if it's not walking distance, any In-N-Out. Anywho's, went back to my hotel because, it just was like, okay. And, I can't describe it. Maybe this is going to be like, get me in hot water or whatever. But like, I just found that it's like either people are there to like get free shit or like a lot of creators I met. Okay, choose your words wisely, Johnny. How do I say? There's a general sense of self-importance in the air the whole time, as though it's like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Oh,
like,
yes.
Everybody you talk to is like, just, it's either...
They have this air about them that they are doing you the favor of being there.
100%. Yeah. And they're just, like, there's people I met that I, like, spent 5 hours with, and then the next day I said hi, and they said, shook my hand and said, nice to meet you. And I was like, we were literally hanging out for 5 hours the night before. Like, just that, and I'm like, okay. Like, just that kind of a thing. I can't describe it. And
because
a lot of young...
It's transactional.
And I'm exactly like, it's just, and a lot of very young people, whatever. So it just was like not my vibe. And like I said, if I wasn't there for the, obviously the panel, it was not. And if I had known, to be honest with you, I would have like flew back like Thursday night, and I maybe could have seen Alanis because that's when Alanis Morissette was. I don't think I could have because of the time change.
Did you sell your ticket?
I couldn't.
What do you mean?
Ticketmaster couldn't let me. Literally, I tried to relist them, anything, and it said these are not like eligible for resale. I know I asked so many people
outside the venue. I would have been like, I know with the trench coat on with like one of my. I know.
Ticket. So the problem was it was Thursday and I had left the prior Sunday, so it was like all week. Casey was trying to like ask people whatever, but we couldn't find anybody. I was so disappointed. But then because it was like that kind of vibe, I watched in my hotel room the new Netflix show Glamorous, which you have to watch.
Okay.
Unhinged. People tell me in the comments if anybody watched Glamorous, because I will make Kevin watch it and we will talk about it.
Isn't that the
with
beauty
Kim Cattrall about I think the lead is a non-binary actor.
As Glamorous, maybe it's about beauty.
Yes, and I didn't realize it was so about beauty. Like it's and the main character is this boy that works at a makeup counter, and basically like let's say, for lack of a better analogy, like an Elizabeth Arden herself comes in to like almost like scout out like how the product looks, whatever, and gets to talking to this kid that works there, and he kind of shocks her with his opinion on the makeup, and she ends up hiring him as her second assistant. But when I tell you, this thing is so campy and gay, like, and so hyperbolic, like where your typical like first day at the office, like the shot of like him walking out of the elevator in heels, and like every person that already works there is like, you're gonna last 2 fucking seconds, bitch. Like no one talks like this.
And then pan to him, be like, you're fired.
Everybody, exactly. Everything in this is an HR nightmare. Like,
of course.
Kim Cattrall is the only one like actually acting in the show. Everybody else, it's just unhinged. But
I
was sucked in, like, and yes. So that, and then in Just Like That came back. And no, you weren't a Sex in the City person.
I was not.
And Just Like That, you talk about unhinged. This show, you have no idea. You have no idea. And I know you don't watch it, but I'm sure you've seen clips.
Well, and I've seen the clips, and I've heard it's like, you kill off one of the main, and Just Like That, big die. Oh.
It's horrendous. Yeah,
it's just horrible.
So it was like
doopy.
Oh my God!
I can't.
There was a scene in episode 2 of Miranda, Cynthia Nixon, crawling out of a sensory deprivation tank, butt naked,
I heard
water.
Yes,
I'm telling you guys, this and just like that. I hope it goes on for 9 seasons because it's the funniest show to watch. Casey and I watch it and we're crying, laughing. And we love Sex and the City, but this show, it's so bad. Are
they doing it intentionally to be bad?
No. They think they are eating. They think it is the most woke. Like, I'm a gay man. It makes me, like, Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Like, they are trying so hard. Like, the word woke is said every 5 seconds. You can tell they, like, get an erection every time they say they, them. Like, it's like they're trying so hard. And the whole concept of it in general is so bluntly performative. So when Samantha didn't come back, which she was one of the best parts of the show, it's the 3 of them. And you could tell.
Wasn't that Sarah Jessica Parker's
No,
character?
that was Kim Cattrall, who's in Glamorous.
Wait, God,
she was Samantha Jones, who was like the super, like, all about sex. Well, I mean, they all had sex.
Oh,
yes,
the
very, like,
the whore.
Yeah, totally.
There's always one.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was the Blanche.
So I was just going to say she was the Blanche of the show.
So, you know, is another take that you love in Golden Girls. You'll love this. Someone explained, I think it was in Just Like That season 1. They were basically saying that the reason in Just Like That isn't working is because you basically need all of those archetypes. And they were comparing Sex and the City to Golden Girls, and they were saying, like, B. Arthur was the main character, like the truth teller, which was Miranda, and then it was comparing all of the people in Sex and the City, and Samantha was the Blanche, and they're like, Golden Girls wouldn't have worked without Blanche, and that's what Just Like That is.
She was the comedic relief where she took herself so seriously when you take that main character, one of the 4 mains, you take out a key piece of that puzzle, the show falls apart.
And Samantha was like the crazy one in a way that like shocked them, as Blanche did to the other women.
And everyone balances that person out.
So when you take away the Blanche or the Samantha, it's just 3 truth tellers in a way, or daydreamers like Charlotte is the Rose, that like there's nothing to react to, so it's boring.
It's 3 moms with strollers in Starbucks.
Episode 2 was like watching them run errands. It was
boring.
It's
literally watching moms in Starbucks catch up.
100.
And I'm not into it.
It's literally like 3 white rich Karens live in the city.
No.
Like, that's what it, and
no.
I love it because it's so fun. It's so fun to make fun of. Like Casey and I are in stitches.
Oh, I would watch it just to sit there and read it.
You have to. And they're almost like what they think is what. Oh, I was saying it's so ostentatiously performative, where Samantha was gone. And the first original show was like, there was a lot of problematic things in Sex and the City, and they were all white. There wasn't a lot of other like people of color ever on the show. So they were like, let's right our wrongs, and just out of nowhere at the exact same time, give Charlotte, Carrie, and Miranda 3 black friends. Just not acknowledged. Like, just, yeah. And the whole like storyline of season 1 was like, oh, wow, the 3 white women now have 3 black girlfriends. So now, and to the point that they were acknowledging it, like making like faux pas, like racist faux pas, as though they never met a black person in their life.
No,
so
they didn't.
Cringe. It wasn't even funny.
Who's writing this show? Who's writing this program?
So out of touch. And then now in season 2, you can tell that like, oh, now they're just like friends, and we've run out of being able to talk about the race element. So like now we don't know what to do with the 7 characters on this show. Like there's just too many now. And it's a nightmare, guys. Also tell me if you're watching And Just Like That, because I want to do an And Just Like That recap show. It is the most unhinged thing I've ever seen. Anyway,
good God.
I know. Back to the point was I was watching this trashy television in my hotel room, and Casey flew out, and like he flew out last minute, and we went to Disneyland on.
I saw that.
Yes, on Saturday.
That was so cute.
Yes. It was very fun. We technically went to California Adventure because it was like Pixar and everything. So
okay.
Yeah, it was very fun.
Very cool.
But that was the trip, and like I said, not really worth missing Alanis Morissette for.
Yeah.
So
well, at least you got some fun out of the trip, though, and you made it worth your while. With,
and
like,
it was
Allie
nice to do the podcast, and then it was nice to meet, obviously, meet Allie.
Oh my God, what a genuinely like sweetheart angel person! I love her.
Oh, I hope someone takes a hot dump under the desk of the CEO of United Airlines
again.
I hate United
bitch?
Airlines. It's like torture to me.
Why did you booked them again?
I feel like United Airlines is like the only thing
that
flies out of Newark. It's like one of the only options.
Everything I always fly United too, which is weird. I never assumed, like, because I always have flown United. I've never flown anybody else before, so I've only been United.
How do you feel about flights?
So you
have to be in hell with how tall you are.
I am.
I don't know if you people know this. You're 6'4".
I'm 6'4". And it's so funny because somebody commented on the last thing. They were like, "Oh, I saw you in person." They were like, "My God, you're tall." And I was like, "Well, yeah, because online you think everybody's like 2 foot, you know."
And we're both all legs.
And it is. So getting on a plane
torso to leg ratio is like 20/80.
Oh, yeah, and it's criminal. Yeah, like I feel like my whole torso is like here.
Yes.
And so getting on a plane too, if I'm not in economy plus or first class,
I know.
I've flown first class one time.
Yeah.
And it was like the time of my life, and it was beautiful.
Which first class is just a humane amount of legroom.
It's like, normal seating.
It's normal seating.
It's how planes should be.
It's just,
and then economy plus, you go from about this much legroom to this much. It's not much, but for me, what I do, because I know you're not supposed to do this, I always take the aisle seat because I get motion sickness very easily.
Yeah,
but I kick out that left leg,
and
I put my right leg under that person's seat, and I'm like suspended in air the whole time. I can't.
I know.
It pisses me off. So when I know I have to be. I'm at that bar at an airport. My friend and I were there. We were at an airport, and it was like 6:58, or no, it was 5:58 or something. They don't start. I think I'm drunk.
Yeah.
They don't start serving alcohol until I think it's
5 a.m.
6 a.m.
So I'm kidding. Yeah.
And so it was like 5:58. They were like, "We can't serve you guys." I literally downed 2 glasses of red wine, and he had a Jack and Coke when we were flying to Miami. I was like, I need to be loaded on this fucking flight.
I know.
But then I get motion sickness, so if I drink too much, then I want to vomit.
I know.
I can't. With the no leg room, I need to be comfortable. Like, it's wrong.
It's not.
And then
it's like, it's inhumane.
It's really not okay. And like, I shouldn't have to sacrifice like all spending so much money on first class just to be comfortable.
I know, and it's not cheap.
And then you have the 8-year-olds in first class, like their legs don't even touch the ground. I'm like, I want to football.
I know.
Punt this
when
kid
I see
to the
anybody
back of
under the
plane.
age of 10 in first class, I just
it's like disgusting.
It pisses me off.
It's real. Like, make room, bitch.
I know.
Be like, I will punt you to the back of this.
It kills me.
Plane.
Yeah, United is garbage. Like, just the canceling
flights. Did they
flights,
do you dirty
moving
again?
flights. We don't have enough overhead space.
Well, that is
so
out of control.
Cramped. It's so just like. No, and honestly, it wasn't even anything over the top horrible this time about United, other than just how uncomfortable it is and whatever.
Are other airlines more spacious? Like,
when
I'm confused.
I flew, so again, this is why I think it's only out of like Newark and New Jersey area that United really has a monopoly on it. Because when I flew from LA to San Francisco was LA to Salt Lake City was JetBlue, and then Salt Lake City to Anaheim was Delta. First of all, Delta peak. I switched seats. It was like a family of 6, and the dad was like in my seat 2 rows back on the aisle, and I overheard as I was walking up, they were like, "Oh, maybe someone will switch with you," and it was my seat, and I was like, "Oh, I don't care, like, I'll switch with you." The flight attendant on Delta, you would have thought I gave this man a kidney, came up to me 6 times throughout the flight, continuing to say, "That was so kind of you to do that." Gave me a $20 flight credit, gave me like an extra bag of cookies or whatever, just so... I don't know, like what I remember airlines used to be. Same with JetBlue, not cramped, not crazy. Like,
and the flight attendants are beautiful with JetBlue. It's like they only hire like stunning, gorgeous gay men and women.
Yes,
and everything in between.
And then United
is garbage.
And just like that, they them flight attendants.
And just like that. Oh, yeah. Woke.
And United is like traumatizing every time I go on.
I refuse. I cannot. But No. And I get, like, there are delays with airlines, but I feel like United, I constantly hear shit about you. I, thankfully, knock on wood, I've never run into issues with United.
I just gotta, like, I agree with you. I hate to do it, but I'm gonna just start buying better things because I can't do it with the legroom. I'm too uncomfortable.
No, and you're tall too.
It kills me.
I'm not doing, because when I get off of that flight, I'm sitting in such a weird position.
I have like spasms.
Hurts,
yes.
And then I get up and I'm like hunched over, like, oh my God, I'm in pain. I'm in actual pain. I'm like, I need a chiropractor and I need a massage. Like, I'm in pain.
Absolutely horrible. So that was basically it. That's the recap. Let's take a break. And we're going to come back with Purchase or Pass.
I know. Sorry, it's been a minute.
I know. All right, y'all. We're back. Purchase or Pass. You curated these. So
I did. So I'm
going in blind.
I pulled some faves, and I figured we would start off. I mean, and I will apologize. It's been a minute. We were just a little busy on the pod with everything. So we're gonna recap maybe some products that you might already have at home.
But these are newer-ish.
Newer products. Yep. So first things first is, you want to take the first one?
Juvia's Place.
Yes.
What is this? Liquid highlighters.
Liquid highlighters.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm looking at them. They look gorgeous. The color range, again, Black-owned brand, so I know the gold is actually going to like show up on people. Anything from, I genuinely don't think I've ever tried anything from Juvia's Place I haven't loved, so I have very high hopes that these would be flawless. My only worry sometimes with liquid highlighters is that they can be a little oily, going on top of like foundation or powder, but if anyone would nail it, I would say Juvia's Place. So going in blind, this would be a purchase. But I think
I've felt them in person, and it's a pass.
Gag! Wow.
I was nearly heartbroken. Wow. I had two shades. Two shades in my hand, ready to buy them, and I put them on my hand, and when I tell you, greasy, oily. I was like touching it. I was like, it feels like slippery,
silicone-y.
It was so
That's
and
the
I'm
problem.
like, your blush formula, amazing. If they did a contour bronzer formula, I know it would be lit.
Yeah.
This highlighter formula, major pass.
Wow, good to know.
So upset. I feel like under foundation, and if you're someone that wears makeup and you want to wear like dewy everything, and you're doing skin tints, and you just want like a little bit of something, it's cute. But if I'm powdering under my eye, and then I'm doing that, you can't powder over these. It's going to lift. It's going to...
So I'm always curious when people do things like this, because I'm like, what do you expect people to use them as? Because if they're that oily, they can't use them on top of other makeup because it's going to break it up. Yeah. But then if you want them to use as like a what? Like a Charlotte Tilbury, like flawless filter glow,
no,
but still you can't put anything over that.
The glow on these too, the lightest color, I was like, oh, it's going to be like a pearlescent, it's a little too gold. And for me, gold highlight is not. The only gold highlight that works for me is the Exhilarate one from Rare Beauty, the powder. Liquid highlights for me, it's such a specific texture that works, and these just did not.
And I'm too textured anyway.
Yeah.
So, all right, pass. Wow, pass. Shocking.
Next up.
Pass.
Oh, 100%. I had to throw this in there.
I know, you shady bitch. Big Ego Target, I almost said. Well, same category now. The Big Ego Tarte Palette.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta say something to you guys.
Sure.
I don't know how Tarte got my address.
That's right. You want to tell the viewers?
So after I like made the video saying like with the inclusion thing and like the whole mess with them, twice.
You not only you made a separate video coming after that CEO.
Yeah.
We talked about it on the pod.
Oh yes, 100%. And we talked about it twice on the pod because they had all the things. Okay,
with the drama.
Yeah. Conveniently, after I posted my very first TikTok or a short video about it, they emailed me a week and a half later asking to send me PR, and I said no, thank you. Now I'm getting PR from Tarte. I don't know how they got my address.
That to me is a little.
And they
scary.
sent me 3 of these. 3 of these eyeshadow palettes.
What do they want you to do with 3 of the same palette?
Because it's all these brands with this PR. It's like, I swear to God, they have no inventory of like who they send it to, what goes out. There's no checklist. They don't care. So I've recently been like assaulted, and I'm like, I didn't even take them out of the bubble wrap. I just
you saw it, and it's like a vampire touching a cross. You're like, your hands start to burn.
100%. Yeah. But just on top of it, like, okay, my own feelings aside, what is this color story?
I know, that's why I even looked at this. I was like, there is no purpose here. You have warm tones up top.
One transition shade.
Yeah, and then you go into like this weird cool tone khaki brown mess.
5 neutral dark mattes.
And then you go, oh, here we go, power move in bold. Power move.
What the hell?
The names to speak up, girl, we did, and you're still sending PR.
Yes. Yeah.
We did.
Oh my God. Especially for eyeshadow like this anymore. Their formula to me is it's not on like Natasha Denona level here that I would warrant this at probably
and
how
price
expensive
point
this
too,
is.
Everything is getting so expensive with them.
I know.
Girl, it's bullshit.
Yeah. Pass.
Pass.
What is this?
Guerlain. So Guerlain came out with hair care.
What?
It's the royal like jelly. So
okay.
the honey, the skincare. So now this is the hair care.
Okay.
So it's like more scalp and hair focused to like hydrate and renew the hair. Girl, do you see those price points?
$73! $73 shampoo.
You just did your barber voice.
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
Yeah, $73!
Yeah.
This is outrageous. Should I do the rest of Purchase or Pass? Yeah. When I don't do her for a while, I lose my voice. And I'm like doing her because I'm like yelling half the time. And I'm like, Howard! And I know, I'm like, yeah. That's just, well, for me, that's gorgeous.
Oh.
I would buy this in 2 seconds. It's $73 shampoo. It's probably gorgeous. That is ridiculous.
The oil, do you see how much the serum is? $127.
That is out of control.
It's wrong. So I'm sorry, just for that, there is no hair care on the market for me that is worth this price.
These luxury brands need to stop, man.
And I really I'm curious to know how much this really did cost to make, and you're charging people that much.
Not that.
Mm-mm.
No.
Pass.
That is insane.
All right, next up, we have a pink powder from Danessa Myricks.
Oh, it was like Evolution. Oh, it's called Evolution Powder, Danessa Myricks.
So
Myricks?
Myricks.
I always say Myricks.
Yeah, Danessa Myricks.
Disgusting New Jersey, New York accent. Danessa Myricks.
Yeah.
Garbage.
No, I don't know if this is garbage, though.
Oh, no, I was saying garbage because that's a New York thing. Yeah, no, I don't know. No, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, pink powder, the trend, kind of over it.
The only thing
I love her products.
I'll say about this is I kind of like the tone. I almost felt like the one size was like too pink. Maybe, you know what? Maybe the one size would, like we were saying, I mean, but it's not my favorite anyway. A darker pink powder would work better on like darker skin if they want a pink powder, but this almost looks like a very pale pink, so at least it would brighten.
Yeah.
But I've never tried a Danessa Myricks powder formula.
These are great. They remind me of like the HD Makeup Forever powders, like how thin they are, but they come in a wide array of shades. Like I would say maybe 7 shades for setting powder.
Okay.
So it's kind of like almost like a Huda
again,
Beauty.
because it's always the black-owned brands that are actually
inclusive with, and they're thinking about undertones and what's going to work, and they have a beautiful like a banana color too, which is stunning. Purchase if you need it, but
how much is it? 20? Oh, 24. That's not terrible.
No.
For like I would expect 35, etc. for her, but that's not bad. Yeah, because there's really no pink drugstore powders.
Not yet, but you know
that's coming around the pike. That's next year.
You know, I didn't realize it was Pike forever. I thought it was Pipe.
I don't know. To be honest with you,
I always
just
pipe,
say that,
like coming like a pipe of like water in a drain pipe. I don't know.
I think
maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong.
They will. But... Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. So, honestly, I mean, if you tried the powder formula and it's good, I'm sure this is the same formula and it's just pink.
But
we're
going to see
price
pink
point.
powders in the drugstore next year, late after it's already been done and gone.
I know. And for $24, I would say if you want to try a pink powder, this is the cheapest one I've ever seen. Most affordable.
Yeah.
So pass if you want to try,
Pass if you want to try it.
You know what I meant. Purchase if you want to try it. Yes, a pink powder. I would actually...
I would purchase it.
You are coming for me with these Tarte. Okay, we have Tarte Maneater bronzer sticks. Who cares?
$26.
I know.
And so
there's probably no product in there either. You know, you twist that up and it's this big.
So I
remember the KKW sticks.
Oh,
there was this much in it.
This much product. I saw these in person.
Mm-hmm.
Felt them.
Yeah.
I gotta say they're good.
But I just with something like this though, unlike a pink powder, there's drugstore alternatives.
So it's unnecessary. The colors, I didn't hate.
I mean, shockingly for Tarte, I will say I'm surprised how deep it's going. And the range here, and that's the problem with a lot of drugstore is they don't go deep enough. So there is that. But yes, $35.
Yeah, it is.
You could also just use a powder bronzer, which don't go that deep. So I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Wait. $35 with a brush at QVC. $26.
Oh, $26.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Okay, but also too, unpopular opinion. If you're selling your fucking makeup at QVC and you're Tarte, what is that saying, girl?
Well, please. I feel like they just have shit hung on a wall and they're throwing darts at this point. They're like,
they don't even care. They don't even need. They don't need to be selling their shit on QVC. They're just doing it to please Barbara.
Yes. Oh yeah. I love QVC. Yeah. I watch it all the time. It's where I get my Mally Beauty. Shade. Okay.
That
so I don't even know. I mean, I get it. I just don't like Tarte.
So it's a pass. Yeah. I don't think we need these.
No.
Next up.
Are you trying to piss me off?
Yeah.
God almighty. We have the new lip product. I'm reading it. Why am I reading it? Tinted Butter Bomb from Kylie Jenner. Girl, it's a lip gloss.
Saw these in person as well. It's the Mario ones.
Really? Okay.
But no shimmer, but it's like, why? These random launches of like this and like, remember the matte eyeshadows that came out in 6 random colors?
Yes.
Like those nudes. Like, why are we coming out with these random launches that have no purpose or meaning behind them? You're just coming out with product to come out with it. So honestly, this is a pass for me.
A pass, because I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure this is over at least 18.
This market is oversaturated. Like, why are we doing this? Yeah, they're probably like $18 to $25. Girl, I'm over it. Pass.
No. Yeah. Oh, okay. We have the e.l.f. liquid poreless putty primer. So this is the putty primer that was in the pot. They just made a liquid version of it.
Yes.
I haven't felt this. I'm happy they did this because I don't like that putty thing. Like, it's just gross, like dipping into that.
I'm excited for this.
So I'm excited for this. Allie just posted a review of this. So
yeah,
I'm
she
curious.
did a comparison.
Yeah.
So I haven't actually watched her review yet. I meant to do that before this. My only complaint about this, it's only, I think this is exclusive to Target.
Okay.
So it's like,
oh, God.
I don't like when products are exclusively, like the Milani liquid lips were exclusive to Walmart.
Yeah, that's weird. Because not everybody has Walmart or Target in there. They have one or the other, whatever the case is.
Like there's not always one of these big box stores near everybody. So I get it. Like Target wants the exclusive, but like...
You know what? I'm also going to say something controversial yet brave. I never loved the putty primer.
I didn't either. I thought it was garbage.
So you know what? I am somebody...
I didn't like the texture.
I have pores that you could serve guacamole out of. I think a lot of the porelessness, the smoothness when I do my makeup comes from my foundation and powder.
Oh, 100%.
I've never used a pore-filling primer that then I could, let's say, use any foundation I wanted to when my pores were gone. That's not the case. Your foundation and powder is going to do that more.
Yeah, from technique, too. Like pressing your powders in more.
Or like the Dior matte. Forever Matte foundation. That with my pores, that is so blurring, so whatever.
Gorgeous.
And then my powders. So I don't I don't know. This opens up like a primer conversation. To me, if you're gonna use primer, I would just use something hydrating or mattifying.
Yeah.
But all these claims of everything of like creaseless, poreless,
creaseless
ageless,
is the biggest scam.
It's just I don't see a difference with anything. So
yeah. I mean, I'm curious to try this, but
for people who like this, I like that they changed the packaging, but I personally
it's literally what Tatcha did with the Tatcha smoothing canvas balm. They came out with it in a liquid form, and I was like, okay, you're doing the same exact thing now.
Yeah.
It's a pass for you. It's a purchase, maybe a return.
Yeah.
So I would purchase it just to see it, or I would want to feel it. But
it's affordable enough to try and then bring back if you don't like. Yeah. It's not going to like break the bank, but
right.
So
meh.
But
it's exclusive to Target. I don't know about that.
All right, what's up next?
Danessa Myricks, we have the Yummy Skin Tint. Now, I thought this already was a
thing
in existence, like with the pump on the bottom, like you would squeeze it out or whatever. I mean, it looks cute. The colors for me are very yellow and orange.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Skincare infused, light coverage, radiant finish.
$36.
I can't with the radiant everything.
I know.
Am I just like a grizzled, greasy monster? Or is everybody else out here with just like dry, normal skin?
Everybody wants to look wet.
You know when you're really going to look fucking wet? 5 hours after having this on. You're going to look like someone slapped you in the face with a pizza. Who wants to look like that? I can't do this. I know.
As I have this much highlighter on today. But
do you
my
find
skin looks like this.
But that's different. Highlighter's different because highlighter is a powder, so you can put it on and it's not going to make you more oily.
Oh yeah, like I'm not greasy by the end of the day.
That's what I'm saying.
True.
But these liquid, radiant, shiny things, they're gonna make you more oily, and then if you have to, I would imagine, set it anyway, which takes away the glow.
No, people don't. They put on liquids and creams and whatever, and they do setting spray, and they think that's okay. And no shade. If it works for you, but girl,
setting spray is not at all like setting powder.
No.
Yeah.
very different. And even what they did to the oh yeah. Ooh, what they did to the Dior foundation, the backstage, they went from a natural matte finish now, and they went to that hydrating, like dewy glow, and I'm disappointed. Why?
I'm so tired of the glow. Why can't we? And I don't want to be in a matte era either. Why can't we just go to a natural finish?
Skin-like finish.
Skin.
What about Guerlain when it's the satin matte glossy
finish? Jesus Christ. I know. Matte, luminous, natural. Why can't we just go to a natural thing and then like lean one way or the other?
No.
Slightly. But I don't want to be... I don't get it, girl.
I'm over it. So... Pass for me. I am not a fan.
All right, we have a new Haus Labs blush shade. This is the talc-free blush, which is awesome. Reduces redness. That's what the arnica.
Yeah, fermented arnica.
Lovely ingredient does. And what's the shade?
Lavender blonde.
Lavender blonde. I think this is kind of cool. I mean, I love
I'm wearing it.
Are you?
I'm wearing it with the dragon fruit days.
Wow.
And I have to say...
And I just think this on deep skin.
Wait, are you even in the name? This is what go back to one of our first videos together.
Lavender Blonde. What song is that from?
So Happy I Could Die.
Oh my God, why can't I pick out that part of the song?
I know.
I love that lavender blonde.
Yep.
Okay.
So Happy I Could Die.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good
and
for you.
So now.
I almost said you. For naming it that. Yeah.
When you come out with something and now.
Did you see when we posted the whole podcast about Gaga? And the TikTok, and about how, like, celebrities aren't using their
names,
social media for, like, connecting with their fans. They're only using it to sell shit. She posted an Instagram story and, like, a YouTube community post of picture of herself. And it
sitting
was
in front of the TV with the Chromatica ball in the background.
All a long post, very pointed, about how, like, sorry I haven't been using social media for social to share my personal life recently, but yada, yada.
I know.
I'm not giving us too much credit, but I think she was coming for us.
Yeah.
Like, I was like...
Lady Gaga said...
I was reading it, and I was like...
You bitch. Yeah. And then she was like... No, and she said, you're going to get the Chromatica Ball DVD, but shut up,
Yeah. I know. I was like reading it, right? I was reading it, and it was like...
uh-oh.
It was like almost like as though she was answering our grievances. Like, I was like...
She was like, I apologize for not being... Like, it was like her apology video. Yes. It's in her notes app.
100%.
Her apology. She was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
I was like, okay.
No, I know. And can you believe? And she was like, there's a lot coming. She's like, I just want to be there for my fans. And I hope you know I'm always going to be here for you. Because she was getting red from everybody, from like not making like a Pride Month like statement or whatever with everything going on. She said nothing. And they were like,
or just a general statement about
like
LGBT people
because you know for Pride she always goes all out. She'll post a photo. She'll say like, this is like, you guys have taken me where I'm at now. Nothing. Silence.
Wow.
So amazing. But yeah, so we single-handedly just turned Gaga's career around. You're welcome.
Oh God, I'm like nervous to meet her now. She's gonna like slap me, but
she's gonna have a gun at your front door being like, get inside.
Yeah. So these blushes, the Haus Labs blushes, I think this would be stunning on dark skin. I've never used the formula, but you say it's incredible. And everybody else says it's incredible.
So wonderful. I mean, for $38, it better be great.
That's steep. But I love the ingredients in it. I love that it's talc-free. That's the thing.
I love them.
Because, that's my argument. Even with something like Guerlain, that shit has pounds of fragrance. It has pounds of shit that's not good for your hair, not good for your skin, and you're charging that much. If you're going to charge me more expensive... Put good ingredients.
These are big.
They're very big.
They're huge. Yeah. And I had them when we were doing our podcast for the promo photos of this. When we were doing that, I had the pink one on, and I think I was just like, in person, these are just... Yeah. Wow. They're worth it. Yeah. I love them.
Okay.
So purchase. What's next?
Last but not least, new Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Lip Blur. Okay, so this is a matte meets moisture liquid lipstick. Wear it blurred by gently blotting the edges. I thought it meant that it like blurs lip lines, like the old Burberry ones. Or wear it bold for full coverage liquid lipstick in one swipe color payoff.
They wanted to do what Burberry did. I felt these, the colors.
Okay.
The colors are boo-boo, the fucking fool.
It's like we have like 50 shades of beige.
It is. I cannot
I hate liquid lipsticks.
Coming out with something that doesn't dry down, love that. Like the Fenty formula, whatever, love that. You have it on now.
That's what I have on. The Fenty what color
one.
Says off the top of your head.
Is it HBIC or is that MVP? I think that's HBIC.
Sure.
You had. Oh, no, that might be MVP because that's the brightener.
Because people are going to ask.
I mean, these for me, I wasn't impressed by the colors. I think these colors are way too generic. There's like peaches, like warm terracotta nudes. I'm over it. Color that's called Pillow Talk doesn't look like Pillow Talk.
Oh, with the Pillow Talk.
I'm done. Barbara's finished. And I'm over these. So this is a pass for me. I'm over it. I'm over
and girl, liquid lipsticks.
Any brand. This isn't against Charlotte. Yes. This is any brand that comes out with this. Lip colors that are like these like rosy, like orangey brown. I'm done.
And liquid lipsticks, they just by the way, my Fenty lipstick is HBIC.
Oh, okay.
Psycho, he got it in one try. They dry down, they crack, whatever. But is it like they're trying to do that whipped thing?
And it is. It's very much that whipped formula. You know they're gonna be like, and it's whipped. You could wear it as blush.
I know.
I'm like, oh, God. Stop.
I know.
Like, stop it.
What do you have against blush?
Yeah. Your blush is very tame today. I was just going to say for Barbara.
I know.
You know they're going to read you in these comments.
I know.
Your blush isn't Barbara.
It was crazy in the video that I filmed, but then I toned it down for this because it scared me on the monitor. But I...
Like my under eyes that day?
Yeah, when you had white under eyes? Yeah.
Too bad. Were we recording when that happened?
I think so. No, I don't think we were.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I know. I would put that out in a short and let people read you. Yeah. I just, and how much are they?
They're,
probably $40, whatever. I just can't, I don't know, man. How many different lip products can we have? We're running out of ideas. I'm not impressed, especially with these luxury brands, man. Like, how much?
$35.
Get out of here for one lip product? That is nuts.
And look at these colors.
Beige. 50 Shades of Beige.
And they're
beige. Yeah. Get out of here. Oh. I know. Oh, yeah.
Honey blur.
I know.
Nude blur.
And what does that even mean? Smudge the edges of your lips? What does that even mean? Like, what is that? Are they going, like, let me...
The popsicle lip.
Oh, wow. Good for Fenty. I just tried to... Did it really smudge the lines?
No.
Oh, my God. I tried to literally mess up my lipstick, and it didn't... I mean, it came off a little bit, but it didn't...
Well, Fenty is a purchase.
Yeah. Today's episode is sponsored by... No, it's really not.
No.
Yeah.
But if you're listening...
I know, yeah. Come on, sponsors. No one will sponsor us.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It drives me insane. Don't they know how popular we are? Lady Gaga loves us. But
she's banging on our door with a gun.
I know. I always thought about it, too. Once we start getting podcast sponsors, I want to do them as the characters.
Oh, my God.
I know. Could you imagine, Barbara, what would be... Today's episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Yeah. Are you crazy? Like, it'd be
I'm not.
Yeah. It would be so insulting and, like...
Be like, get help, crazy.
Yeah, politically incorrect. Are you weak?
Yeah. You weak-minded individual with a cocktail. I don't have a problem. You do.
Oh, my God. Yes. Oh, man.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so Charlotte Tilbury's going to be a pass. There's tea leaves in here. Harry Potter, like, reads your fortune at the bottom of these.
Don't bring that transphobe in here.
I know. You hate trans people. Emma Thompson.
Emma Thompson?
Yeah. Emma Thompson was Professor Trelawney.
I thought you were...
again. I did 2 episodes in a row.
I never noticed when you spit on me.
It just goes in your mouth. Gulp.
And I'm like, weird. I don't see... I thought you were talking about
Emma Watson.
Emma Watson.
No. Emma Thompson was Professor
big
Trelawney.
glasses, big eyes. She goes.
And what does she say when she's like, "Do you have the grim?" Yeah. Me dressed as this. That's a nightmare.
I'm gonna have nightmares.
I know. Yeah.
Why is there so much in here?
I know. We have. What is this? Tell the people.
These are called Surfside. I believe Surfside. Don't sue me if it's not. But Surfside, they are iced tea infused like with vodka, so it's almost like a high noon.
It does not taste like vodka.
Does not taste like vodka. So, they have a lemonade version, and then they have a mix. But last night I mixed the iced tea and the lemonade one. Doesn't taste like vodka. It tastes like unsweetened iced tea.
And there's like tea leaves in the bottom of this, so I guess it's real tea.
You see how look at
There's so many in there. I know. You were gonna tell me about
Oh God. All right. So I don't know. So on the Instagram page, Puberty.
What the hell? What is that?
Barbara is in
Puberty. Yeah.
She's in full effect.
What do you mean?
So a few weeks ago, I'm sure you saw that the 27-year-old person that was at Bebe Rexah's concert thought it would be quote unquote funny to throw his phone at Bebe Rexah on stage, hit her in the eye, literally stopped the show. She got stitches on her brow.
Up.
And this is the aftermath. So we're going to put up the picture of what she looks like. Literally gave her a black eye. He did it intentionally, thought it would be funny to like throw his phone. And so then not only this, but then recently at the Pink concert, somebody thought it would be hysterical to maybe throw something else on stage. And
oh God,
Pink was mortified that somebody threw their mother's ashes on stage at Pink, and Pink was like, "What is this?" And
in an urn or loose?
It was
like a handful of ashes.
It was in a Ziploc bag, I believe. It looks like it's in a Ziploc bag of some sort. No, she picks it up saying, "What is this?" And she. So here's my thing.
That's a testament to Ziploc.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
be like, keep your mother.
Throw mother.
Yeah.
Here, you want to literally throw mother?
Yeah. Like, I just... Yeah. So what happened to the days of, like...
Okay, all joking aside,
there's, like...
Weird.
What happened to the days of throwing teddy bears and fan letters on stage?
Yeah.
You are throwing ashes and cell phones. Where as a society are we going that we think it is A-okay to throw... I'm going to throw my iPhone at Bebe Rexah. And then it's funny, too, because somebody did it at, like, one of these festivals. They threw their phone, I think, at, like, Diplo or something, and they took a selfie and, like, threw it back. The person didn't get their phone back for, like, hours. So my only form of communication at a concert, I'm alone. I'm throwing it on stage. Now I'm assaulting somebody. The person got arrested and charged.
Who threw it at Bebe Rexah?
Yep.
Good. She's in rough shape.
Charged for assault, and I as you should.
Yeah.
You're literally assaulting people, and you're throwing your mother's what is the point? Do you want Pink to keep them?
You know the thing, I just feel like because I can't tell you being on social media how many times I just see like reactions to certain things where people are like, oh my God, like who cares, whatever. I genuinely think we're like slipping, like we were saying one of the 2 weeks ago or whatever about the girl from Jersey Shore showing her eye lift on Instagram is so petrifying that like we're just so desensitized to certain things that I feel like everyone has this like cavalier attitude to anything, like where they're going to be like, oh, they shouldn't have gotten charged, whatever. People, like to a certain degree, like accountability like needs to happen for people to like learn how to behave right, and people aren't behaving like or are behaving like animals because there's no repercussions for it.
There was another video of someone getting another eyebrow lift again on Instagram. These people must be getting paid for this.
Totally.
This was Kim Petras's makeup artist.
Wow. Someone explained too in the comments of that episode how it works. So they put the thread in, and apparently this from what I gathered, you know, like a barbed thing where like let's say you put it in and there's like spikes in the other direction so you can't pull it out, like a duck dick. I was trying to think of it, but I couldn't remember the animal. Dick. If God is real, that's
horrible.
Weird. That's sick.
That's a duck dick. You can't shit. Yeah, you said I'm putting this in. You can't get it out.
Why?
Neither can I.
That's so weird.
Well, how does it retract?
I don't know. I guess when
it finishes.
Yeah, they pull in the
and it
spikes.
Said, get out.
Yeah, totally. And so the thread has those barbs, so it can't go the other way. So it like is holding up, and then it dissolves. And I guess I don't know if it
the barbs stay there. The barbs.
Barb.
Yeah. A barb. Are you a barb?
Barb. I'm like showing full like breast boobs and everything.
Not
right
on here. Wait until we start the OnlyFans for the
Barb on OnlyFans. I know.
Oh my God.
So I just think we're getting so desensitized that like people are acting a fool. And I have to say, you know, what's wild, and this is only something that may be relatable to people in their like late 20s, 30s or older, etc. Don't you? Well, I don't know if you've been to any other concerts like this, but I realized it when I went to Alanis Morissette the first time. I noticed like such a difference with concerts when I went in my early 20s for the like or teens for the at the time the most popular person, which was like Gaga for us or whatever, anything else I went to, compared to going to a concert that is like mostly for adults.
Is
so much better because people are like behaving with like manners
dignity
and like dignity. Yeah. So I have to say it was so funny going to the Atlanta show because I was like, wow, like everybody's like staying in their seats and like watching this and like not, you know, being crazy, whatever, where you go to the shows like that and people are just unhinged.
Throwing their dead mother on stage.
Guys, yeah, that's wild.
And I will even say too, like sometimes I feel like with, especially with Gaga too, like I feel like even this show with the Chromatica Ball when I went and we went, I felt like everything was fine. I felt like there was no craziness happening.
If you threw anything at the Chromatica ball, it would have got incinerated.
Oh, yeah, completely.
With the flames.
Did you ever see the person that brought a piece of toast to the Chromatica ball? And he started off untoasted, and then by the end, it was fully toasted?
Yes.
I said, that's fierce. I thought it was fake. It was real. He really toasted a slice of bread.
She had those flames.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
60-foot flame, and all the memes of like Patrick Star like burnt. It was
yes.
the Chromatica ball.
That's why. Yeah.
My face was melting.
She was preventing things from getting thrown on stage.
No, and then somebody threw a teddy bear at her too, and then it looked like it dropped, and it looked like they almost had an invisible lining on stage.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So I'm like, did you have something like where we
because that's the thing, people. It's the same people that are going to be saying like, oh, it's not that big a deal, like whatever, like they shouldn't press charges, whatever. Then when there's nets in front of your favorite person in 5 years, you're going to be complaining about that because you didn't want any accountability for this.
And because then also too, if you're throwing things on stage and this person slips and they're a human being.
I know.
These people, look at Bebe Rexah. It takes her out of that limelight of like,
bad shape.
Of even so, it's like you see this person, it's like, oh, they can't be real until you see them. It's like, oh, they're 3D. You throw something, now they're hurt. They're a person. They're going to get hurt. We need to create this boundary again where now celebrities are going to be like, I don't want to do these shows. I'm not going here. Yeah. They're going to have all these rules. People are going to get searched. Now there's not going to be phones allowed.
I know.
Like, what am I going to do? Lock up my phone before I go to a concert? Like, girl, come on. You're ruining it for everybody.
Well, look at Broadway. That's it's certain shows I go to now. They've upped it even from like just making the announcement to not use your phone because without a doubt, whenever I go to the most dramatic shows, musicals, plays where like someone's dying on stage, some fucking person's phone goes off. They made 50 and ruins it. I saw the revival of Oklahoma and there was it was unbelievable a couple of years ago. And they did a part where he like shoots him and like it was so, when I tell you could have heard a pin drop. It was the most intense, one of the most intense theater experiences I've ever seen. Someone's phone goes off. No. Right after, in that dead silence. It
takes you completely
So now there's Broadway shows where they take your phone at the beginning of the show.
Shut up.
Swear to God. And they lock it up in these things, almost like, and they put it in these like cubbies, almost like a coat check.
That's kind of fierce.
I know. But it's like, as though we needed any more reason to be cattled into shows and concerts, whatever. Because that's what I'm saying. The same people that are either doing this or are going to be like, oh, who cares? It's not a big deal. You're going to be the ones complaining when all of these new things have to be put into effect because of these people. It's the same type of person that like grabs a drag queen. Like, don't touch. They are on stage doing what you paid for. That's all you're owed. You're not owed a photo. You're not owed her to bless your mother's ashes. Like, leave it at that. Like, that's what it is. You paid to watch a concert. Like, that's it.
Be over and done with it. Stop trying to make it your personal show.
Exactly.
It's not your memorable experience.
Yeah. I know. If Pink's doing a meet and greet, bring your mother's ashes.
You're like, here, can you sign them?
Yes.
She was a big fan.
She was so good, she died.
Yeah.
Deceased.
She burned up at the Chromatica Ball.
My mother went to the Chromatica Ball, and this is all that's left of her. Yeah. Oh my God.
She scooped her up at the end.
Oh my God. Fucked up. All right, guys. That's another episode of Beautiful and Bothered.
Wow. Johnny will be back next week. Yeah.
You know what Casey said to me the other day that blew my mind?
What?
I think we're on episode 25 or something, whatever. And and it's weird because it's like, oh, you only think 25. He's like, you've done like almost half a year. Isn't that wild to think about?
Wow.
I know, it's crazy.
That is actually really weird.
I know.
Because I came in around episode, 9, 8?
I think so,
9.
Yeah, single digits, I think.
Yeah, I was like episode 9 right after.
I know.
And then it's been...
So I can't tell you. The people that have been here from the beginning. Isn't that wild? The people that have been here from the beginning, we absolutely love you. Especially the ones that listen on Apple Podcasts, subscribe to both, and watch on Spotify, the YouTube channel, etc. Because I know Kevin and I have so many like ideas and dreams. We want to take this to the next level. Yeah. But we can do that until you guys start sharing this podcast with your friends, leaving us 5-star reviews, etc. We did peak on, I think it was Apple Podcast beauty charts at like number 12.
Oh my God.
Isn't that
That's
wild?
crazy.
And then we broke into the Spotify, the arch charts, I want to say too. Yeah.
That is really so
wild.
We can't do this without you, and we appreciate it.
This is so amazing. We're making moves.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching Beautiful and Bothered. Make sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can stream them on Monday, but if you want it a day early, you should probably subscribe on YouTube, where you can get it on Sundays. That's it for me. I'm Johnny Ross. Stay tuned next week for a brand new episode. Who are you?
Well, I am Kevin Banzhaf.
See you next week.
And wherever you are, I hope you are happy, safe, and healthy. And remember,
you are beautiful. Not more than me. Have a good one. Stay poor.
I'm fucking out of here.